Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. We're so glad you're here with us today on Earth Day. Well, Earth Day is actually on Tuesday, but we're doing it today. Actually, every day is Earth Day, right?
Yes.
All right, so we have a wonderful experience for you today. We've got Catherine Mandella on percussion and all the things that she does. And Anne Marie and Becky at Soul Light Connection.
You're in the right place at the right time, just where you're meant to be. Let's sing about it. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. We are so blessed today. We have Reverend Christy and Reverend Janae is in the house. Not to mention Reverend Rick. Right place at the right time. It's all about planet Earth. Location. Right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yes, it is. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Your soul is welcome here. My 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 soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Everybody's welcome here.
Happy Earth Day, SLC. And I really have happy feet because we want to stand in front of Peg. Come on, stand up. She is now, as of this week, a permanent resident of the greater Sacramento. And good morning, Reverend Christine.
And good morning,
So
Reverend
good to see you.
Good to be here with you. So, good morning, everyone. We greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is sacred, and all that is holy, and in the warm and loving spirit of this community Spiritual Life Center. SLC honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and all the beautiful temples of nature, because we know that God is everywhere present. If this is your first time joining us, online or in person, we especially welcome you because we know that we are not here by accident. We are here by
Divine appointment.
So please silence your electronic devices and refrain from flash photography during the service.
And today's daily word is friendly, and the affirmation is, I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality towards strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone to his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to the strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I not only am shining and sharing one of the greatest lessons of Jesus, I am expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and to grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people When I was new to a school, a job, church, or a town, I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These memories inspire me to be friendly now. And from Matthew, we read those great words, "For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me." Today's daily word is friendly. Dear Spirit, thank you for that sense of kindness, of sharing, of inclusivity, of welcoming and friendliness. Thank you that SLC is that kind of place. Thank you for this planet and the chance to be a steward of this planet. As Carl Sagan talked about it, as a pale blue dot of wonder, of joy, and of beauty. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen. And we also say our mission statement, because these words are truly words of who we have come here to be. Let's say it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world as we love, serve, and remember. And we also say those wonderful 5 unity basic principles, because honestly and truly, life is not always the good ship lollipop, and these principles really help us get through those potholes in life. Let's say them together. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action. And Reverend Christine, so much is going on around here.
I know, so many good things, starting with our Wow Wednesday. So there we have the Oneness Prayer Circle with our chaplains, and also a community meal. And if you could please RSVP by Monday, that lets the wonderful food team know how much to prepare.
And then at 7, we will have the second of the Ken Daigle classes, Unapologetic Manifestation, at 7 p.m. You can take it in person or Zoom. Registration closes after April 22nd. It's a tiered pricing system, as we say with the Beatles. We can work it out. Scholarships are available to the generosity of a really good sponsor. And we are finding, many of us in that class are finding it's a powerful class, and we're trying to encourage as many people as possible to take it.
Yes, and then we have our annual meeting coming up. That's next Sunday. And we're going to elect 2 new board members, Board of Trustee members. We'll have our financial report and other updates on the Board of Trustee activities. Also, for your convenience, a light lunch will be available for a love offering after the second service.
And this Friday, April 24th at 7 p.m., it is Friday. It is movie night here. We're going to be showing Midnight in Paris. Wonderful rom-com. Snacks will be here. It's on a love offering basis. Come on down. It will be a great time. And Paula, I hear a concert is coming our way.
Yes, Soul Light Connection is busy preparing for our visit with Charles Holt, fantastic vocalist. If you've not experienced him, you definitely want to get a ticket. Even if you have experienced him, you already know you want to get a ticket. So please rush to the hub and get your ticket. Friday, May 1st, we will have a spectacular time with Charles Holt.
And we have, the Ann Roach's concert sold out, the Passover Seder sold out. We're on a roll in terms of selling out. So, seriously, the Charles Holt concert's the same way. Get your tickets now. And Karen is coming here for a community update.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm here to talk about interfaith connections. And, when we moved to this area 30 years ago, our family, we looked all over for a church for a few years. Finally, I saw in the newspaper a big remember newspapers? Actual paper. I saw in the newspaper a long article about SLC, this booming church, and the words that caught my attention were, many paths, one God. I was like, hot dog, that is our church. And we have been here for about, 26 years, something like that. And so Interfaith Connection has been an integral part of SLC right from the start. Remember when the Morans, we lost our lease at Pioneer, and it was, Easter was coming up, big day, and we had nowhere to go. There were probably other options, but Michael had this dream of, having the service in the mosque. And so he called up the imam, and yes, we had our Easter services at the Salam Mosque. It made national news, and that was based on Michael and Faith having been so prominent and so out there in terms of interfaith, and so friendly, actually, to use our word. And so fast forward to today, we still, all these years later, we are still doing interfaith things. The Seder was wonderful, other events over the past year. And today we're going, 41 of us, lucky people who signed up already, it's sold out, are going to the Buddhist temple for lunch and to share time with them. And so other things are coming up that I want to tell you about. Dave and Rachel Lyman carried the torch for interfaith for a long time. In fact, you can still go on our website and click on the podcast that they did for interfaith. Anyway, Dave Lyman's going to be here on the 17th of May to speak to us, and I'm looking forward to that. And on Wow Wednesdays, other things are going to be coming up, including the Dances of Universal Peace, and we have to keep tuned to see what else is happening. But the big thing that I want to talk to you about is the Unity and World Religions Sunday Talk Series, and that's going to be starting on June 14th. Reverend Rick is going to do this series on world religions. And it'll include Sunday messages, people coming here from other spiritual traditions, and opportunities for us to go to other places also to learn. It's such an important thing for us, I think, to open our hearts to other people. We learn from it, and our spiritual practice is enriched, and hopefully our light shines to other people also. And so Reverend Rick is going to be using a couple of different books, one of them written by Reverend Phil Pearson on world religions, and it's such an exciting thing to think about that coming up. June 14th, it starts, so stay tuned. God.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm lost. Do you know where we are? I have to be retrained. Let's see. Okay, so thank you, RJ. Many things foster transformation in our lives, and prayer is a great opportunity for transformation, and our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you in the courtyard. And also, in terms of more things that are happening, if what Karen shared isn't enough, you can check our weekly small groups and other offerings. And what's happening information is now in the sanctuary lobby. And you can go to the hub to sign up and just go online. There's all kinds of information. And now, let's take a moment to greet each other in the way that's most comfortable and with love and respect.
you to stay standing and join us in singing our group song today. This is another Faith in Action tune written by Paula, Creating the Dream.
So this song, oh, you're not going to listen to it anyway. Let's just play it.
That's true. A star among stars, stand in your power. Now is the only hour. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho, hey ya, hey ya, ho, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho, hey ya, hey ya, ho.
So that song, if you were around back in, I think it was 2018, that was based on the work of the Ruiz brothers, and that song speaks on the Toltec creation story. And now, We're going to dive right into Spiritual Life Center's vision of love, serve, and remember. First, by speaking our vision statement together. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions. Weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom, we cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
And now, please join us in singing our mission statement. Why have we come to earth? Do you remember to love, to serve, and remember? Join us. Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Why have we come to love? To love, serve and remember. To love, serve and remember. Why have we come to earth? Do you remember? Do you remember? Why have we taken birth? Why have we come? Why have we come to love, serve and remember? To love, serve and remember. To love, serve and remember. To love, serve and remember.
So I invite you to gently close your eyes or soften your gaze and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and exhale softly through your mouth. Again, inhale deeply and hold. And then exhale, releasing any tension in your body. And allow your breath to return to a natural rhythm. And bring awareness to your body. Notice the crown of your head. And relax your face. Relax your shoulders. And open your heart center, your heart of hearts. Now imagine your body not just as solid, but as a field of energy, vibrating, alive, interconnected, every cell humming with life. And become aware of the space within your body and the space around your body. Noticing there is no clear boundary, only a continuous field, because everything is energy. Now imagine that your awareness expands beyond your physical form, for you are more than your body. You are a field of consciousness, a field that extends outward in all directions. And sense this field surrounding you like a gentle, luminous sphere, pulsing with subtle energy. In this space, time softens and separation dissolves. Now you are entering a state of quantum connection, where everything is interconnected, where everything communicates. So rest here for a moment, simply noticing. Now bring your awareness to the earth beneath you. Visualize roots of energy extending from your body down through the floor into the soil, deep into the heart of our planet. And feel the richness of the earth, alive, vibrant, conscious, and sense that vast network of life. Trees, plants, oceans, animals, all part of one unified field. Now imagine the earth itself as living, a breathing being, surrounded by its own energetic field, a vast, coherent, intelligent presence. And allow your personal energy field to gently connect with the earth's field, like two waves meeting, merging and harmonizing. And feel the resonance and the coherence. For you are not separate from the earth. You are an expression of it. Every breath you take is shared with the forests. Every drop of water in your body has flowed through rivers and oceans. Feel this connection. And now you may gently sense that this connection is reciprocal. And we can send our awareness and appreciation to the earth. And the earth responds to us. Perhaps we feel it as warmth or stability or nourishment. Allow yourself to receive it. And now from this connected state, bring a simple intention into your awareness. It may be a feeling such as harmony, healing, balance, or gratitude. Let your intention arise naturally. And imagine this intention or frequency, as a vibration moving through your energy field into the earth's field as an offering. And feel the coherence between you and the planet, knowing that you are co-creating and resonating together. So let's take a moment to rest in this shared field of intention and the oneness. Gently deepen your inhale and soften your exhale. Feel your body once again, the weight of it, the surface beneath you. And wiggle your fingers and toes. And know that this connection to the earth is always available to you. You are never separate. Thank you, God. Amen.
There are spiders making silky castles. There are birds with kingdoms in their eyes. They say we'll find our treasure on the day we the earth can turn 1,000 miles an hour, and we fly with it every day. And if we knew how far we were going, we might just know one day how to walk lightly on the world and take each step like the first. How to walk lightly on the world. On the this beauty, the sky at night puts on a diamond show. The deepest seas hide hidden treasures. I wish we all could know how to walk lightly on the world and take each step like the first. How to walk lightly on the world. On the
Wow. Thank you, music ministry. And thank you, Reverend Christine. It's so good to see you back up on the platform, quite frankly. Well, we come to Earth Day, which will be celebrated Wednesday, April 22nd. I was very fortunate to have several personal events very early on in my life which really showed me the importance of the environmental issues that are taken up by Earth Day. And I'd like to share three of those events. The first life event happened just because I grew up in a town called Port Washington, New York, which is on the north shore of Long Island, maybe around 30 miles outside of Manhattan. And we had what we thought were several claims to fame. One of them was Perry Como. Perry Como lived in Port Washington. He was a barber, ran a barber shop. Our daily word today, friendly. He was super friendly, loving personality, great voice. Several people suggested go into show business. He did, and as I say, the rest is history. He moved out to, I'll show you in a minute, a map of Port Washington and to the wealthier section, but he was very civic-minded. I met him several times, and what you saw on camera, that was the real Perry Como. I mean, he was a really wonderful, wonderful man. The second claim to fame we had, and if we could bring that picture up, was because of this gentleman. This is F. Scott Fitzgerald, the great writer. He wrote one of his novels. A large part of it was set in Port Washington. Let's bring it up. The novel was The Great Gatsby, the story of Jay Gatsby, the 1920s bootlegger, underworld character, reputation. He was the one who really fixed the 1919 World Series, but he was famous for all these wild parties he held at his mansion. And if we could go to the next one, let me go with some geography. Now, that big hunk of land on the far right, that's Roslyn and Glen Cove, and you weren't in the novel. Meh, 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 meh. The second one, which almost looks like a dragon leaning over, that's Port Washington. And Jay Gatsby's mansion was on the edge out into Long Island Sound. The smaller one is Great Neck. And in the novel, Great Neck is called East Egg, Port Washington is called West Egg, and Jay Gatsby would be in his mansion holding the wild parties, and Daisy Buchanan, the love of his life, the forbidden fruit, was on East Egg, Great Neck over there. As the story progresses, but a lot of those, what supposedly from that era, the Harriman estate, the estate that Fitzgerald supposedly used for Jay Gatsby is still standing. And if we could go to the next one, there it is. And believe it or not, I have a humble connection with this one. Mr. Bocard was one of my English professors, and he had an apartment in what was the show in those days would have been the chauffeur's the chauffeur's apartment, the gatehouse and all that. So every other Sunday, the three editors of the high school newspaper, and I was one of them, we'd go out to Mr. Bocard's apartment, put the paper to bed, and then we would discuss, I learned about Flannery O'Connor, Everything Rises Must Converge, and James Joyce, The Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. Now, don't get Mr. Bocard in trouble. I also learned about Lady Chatterley's Lover. And it still stands. Now, after World War II came the suburbanization of Long Island. And if we could go to the next one, that's my, it's a lot less than Jay Gatsby's mansion. That was my childhood home. And the reason I bring it up is because we lived on a street called Cliff Way. And there were a lot of cliffs in Port Washington because of the next slide of the Sand and Gravel Company. A lot of the sand and gravel that came to make concrete and made New York City came from the Sand and Gravel Company in Port Washington. What they would do is they would come through, they would rip out, as you can see, and it's interesting, we didn't have snow avalanches, but we had several sand avalanches. And in one in particular, a kid was severe. Fortunately, he didn't die, but fell and was severely hurt and all that. My father was the lawyer representing the kid and his family. My father was, in many ways, a really very active crusading lawyer, did a lot of pro bono work for the NAACP, for labor unions. My favorite case that he had, he represented a guy who sued Elvis Presley on the grounds that Elvis Presley stole All Shook Up from my father's client. It was settled out of court for quite a lot of money. This case was also settled out of court, and the family got significant compensation. But in the process of doing it, my father and several other lawyers discovered that there were laws on the books that the Sand and Gravel Company was supposed to be paying into a fund, which would restore the land so you just wouldn't have sand avalanches and this kind of destruction of the natural habitat. And that the Sand and Gravel Company had not been paying into, maybe paying 25 cents on the dollar of what they owed and all that. So it went, this one was not settled out of court, and they won. Kaloo, a big victory. But it was interesting, I learned, these environmental issues can be very broad. 2 years later, the Sand and Gravel Company shut down. They went to other places. Several of my high school friends, their daddies lost their jobs at the mines. It was a lot less money that came into the Port Washington economy because of this. So it was an interesting environmental, as it were, experience. The second experience, which I had, if we could bring up the next slide, was because of this wonderful man. This is a picture of Professor Robert Heilbrenner. And I had the good fortune of being able to study economics under Robert Heilbrenner. He's probably most famous, if we could go to the next one, for this book called The Worldly Philosophers. It is still a good read, and believe me, you don't have to be an economist to read it. It is really about the lifetimes and thoughts of the great economists of Adam Smith, Karl Marx, John Maynard Keynes, and all that. Several of you have come up to me and said, Reverend Rick, how could you have studied something as boring and as dull as economics? But you know what? Under Robert Heilbrenner, I didn't know that economics was boring and dull. I mean, it came alive and it touched such important issues. Now, I remember it was in the early 1970s, and one day, Dr. Heilbrenner came into the class, and he really looked, I mean, like the world on his shoulders and all this. And he shared that he has been working on a project which dealt with something called global, which was the environmental global warming effect and the greenhouse effect. This was the early 70s. It was the first time I ever heard of it, and very few people had heard of it then. And he was talking about what the rise in temperature, et cetera, et cetera. And, for example, the largest population of a Muslim country is Indonesia. Its capital, Jakarta, has 12 million people. And if you go a little further out, the greater statistical area, metropolitan area of Jakarta is roughly 32 million. It's going underwater. It will all go underwater under current conditions. And if you even go to my hometown, New York City, a lot of it will eventually, unless you're putting a ton of seawalls up, will go underwater if we're talking current conditions. And what really nailed this down for me, a few years ago, I took my daughters Rachel and Therese to New York, and I thought one way of showing them the city would be to take the Circle Line cruise around Manhattan and all that. And as the boat started to go off, the captain said, we may not be able to make it all the way around. The reason being is a lot of days the Harlem River, because of rise in sea levels, has risen to such a level that our boat can't pass under the bridges in the Harlem River. The boat is not that was not that tall, but I mean, we got to the bridges and the captain had to back up and said, no, because of the rise of the water, we can't make it. And so we actually circled back. But I mean, I remember Dr. Heilbrenner and the look on his face, and we had a few years, he said, but not an infinite amount of time to correct this. The third life event that really came home to me was I had the pleasure and the honor of working with this gentleman. If we could go to the next one. No, not Johnny Carson, Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan, the great astronomer Carl Sagan. I was a very junior researcher on a project, and let me state how I got there, because I don't want to, well, anyway, let me state how I got there. By that time, I was an economist with something called the Congressional Research Service, which was part of the Library of Congress. We're like the think tank for Congress. And I was doing work for the Senate Labor Committee, and at that time, the Dixiecrat Strom Thurmond was the chair of the Labor Committee. I got called into his office. We were talking. He said to me, "Son, let me see your library card." I said, "Library card?" "Yeah, your Library of Congress card." I said, "Yes, sir." Took it out, showed it to him. He said, "Just what I thought. It's not grade A prime. We're going to get you a grade A prime library card." I said, "Senator, I don't need such clear..." "Son, do not contradict me. Everybody who works for me goes first class." And I looked around, and everybody working for him was white, So, I mean, he got me this, it was a top A clearance and everything. So while Carl Sagan was studying billions and billions of stars, I was tasked with getting out billions and billions of books, from as it were, from the library. And the great man called us up. We came up to to Cornell at least once a year. And I remember at that time he was really looking at astrobiology, or SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. We go to the next slide. Black hole. And he said, he talked to us one time, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, you hear from real estate agents, what's important is location, location, location. Well, in astrobiology, the same thing is true. Location, location, location. You would not want to be in the center of the galaxy because of all the violent activity that happens in there. You might believe me, ladies and gentlemen, to step into but one black hole would ruin your day as you were stretched longer than a string of infinite spaghetti. But also location, location, location is so important in terms of just where you are located near your star. If you are too close to the star, your DNA will have no chance to play." And then, I kid you not, the great man, the great scientist said the following: "And if you are too far from the sun, you will be colder than a polar bear with a hula hoop. You will be colder than a bucket of penguin poop." But the search, how Sagan would talk about the Earth as this great pale blue dot in the cosmos, and what this planet has, going for us was so important. And I remember coming out of that time period thinking, well, so much degradation to the Earth has happened through global warming, through ripping out sandbanks and everything else like that. But by the skin of our teeth, I think we can make it. I think we can make it. And it was in that period, the first Earth Day was 1970, and the Environmental Protection Agency was created in 1970. The Clean Air Act passed Congress in 1970. The Clean Water Act passed Congress in 1972. Then also came the Federal Environmental Pesticide Control Act of 1972. Then the Endangered Species Act of 1973. Safe Drinking Water Act of 1974, Surface Mining and Control and Reclamation Act of 1977, and the National Forest Administration, 1976. And I point out to you that a lot of that was done and signed in during the Nixon and Ford administrations. I mean, liberals and I don't want to gloss it over. Liberals and conservatives had differences about how we should deal with this. But they were able to get together and compromise and make forward progress. I also became very active in a group called the Environmental Defense Fund, which actually believes very strongly that if you can create incentives, it's a lot easier to see this environmental stuff going through if you create the right incentives. I mean, for example, one of the things that amazed me coming to California, You stop at a red light and you see 4 or 5 Teslas and other electrical vehicles. Believe me, you go any other place in the United States, that is not reality. I mean, you'll be lucky if you see 1 electrical vehicle every 5, traffic stops that you go to. But we were also seeing international agreements on global warming, the Kyoto Agreement, the Tokyo Accords, and it seemed like we were really making headway and that we just might make it through the skin of our teeth. Recently, if you're dealing with people who are active in environmental issues, and I still am close to a lot of those folks back in Washington, I can't tell you the level of depression that they are feeling. I will say to them sometimes, I know you don't want to hear a sermon, but progress has always been 5 steps forward and 4 steps back. 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. I had recently one of dear environmental friends snap back at me and said, Rick, I don't want to hear that garbage anymore. I wouldn't mind if it were 5 steps forward and 4 steps back, but it's been 5 steps forward and 20 steps back. It's been, and this level of depression, of shell shock, of PTSD among the environmental community has been, it just really, honestly, truly has been devastating. But I think there is a key spiritual side to all of this, and it centers on location, location, location. The big question is, where is our spiritual consciousness located? Location, location, location. And I go back to, I guess Ken left his sign here, but anyway, I go back to, we're studying Ken Daigle and unapologetic manifestation. Ken brings up, and I think he's so right, he says, when you are trying to manifest something, expect that there will be roadblocks. Expect that there will be obstacles. And one of the things which when we get there, we'll see that Ken talks about being so important is what he calls grit. What he calls grit. What is grit? Ken defines grit as the quality of perseverance and passion for long-term goals, embodying the resilience and the determination needed to overcome challenges and to make manifest the abundant life that you truly want to see. And that grit is so important. And saying that, expect it. Expect it. When you try to do something like this or try to make manifest, it's not going to be the good ship lollipop, that there will be these obstacles. One of my, we've been very closely related to Gary Simmons, Reverend Gary Simmons and Reverend Jane Simmons in Integral Ministry. One of the key thinkers in integral ministry, or the integral approach to things, is a great thinker by the name of Ken Wilber. Written a lot of wonderful books. One of my favorite books is called Grace and Grit. Grace and Grit. It is about the time that he went through when his wife got cancer and ultimately passed from cancer. And this was a time where he says that he really truly learned grace and grit, grace and grit. It brings me back to when I moved from New York to Virginia. Friends got me in contact with an elderly gentleman who, old-time Virginian, and he took me out for breakfast. And I ordered eggs and bacon, and along comes the egg bacon and also this white glop. I said to him, "What's this?" He said, "It's called grits, Rick." I said, "But I didn't order it." He said, "Well, in this part of the world, it just, grits just are like grace. They just come with the meal. They just come with the meal." When we can get into that frame of mind, the other is that my dear daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, Therese, recently asked me, he said, why does God allow all these challenges to happen? Why does God allow all these, bad things to happen to good people? Well, if I could stick my 2 cents in it, I don't think we've come up with, the completely satisfying answer, and this is not going to be politically correct or whatever. I honestly think that spirit does not want to be surrounded by a bunch of spiritual wimps. That God does not want to be surrounded by a bunch of spiritual wimps and sunshine patriots. That through going through these challenges, we develop roots. We develop roots that are deep, that are deep. The Apostle Paul put it so well. We know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. And that when we are in that kind of thinking, yes, the challenges can happen. The challenges can happen, but we are able to master them and overcome them. This is going to date me, but I remember as a kid, John Cameron Swayze ads for Timex. He would take a Timex and he'd throw it off the Empire State Building. Then he'd run down, and the thing would have fallen on the ground. He'd pick up the Timex, he'd put the watch to it, and he said, "Timex takes a licking but keeps on ticking." And I honestly, truly believe that grace and that grit is truly what God wants us to develop. And that also during these 4-step back periods, these are the periods when so much creative thinking and creative action takes place. So much creative thinking and creative action. The Unity movement was founded in such a 4-step back period. Picture yourself as Myrtle Fillmore, and you're told that medical science can't do anything for you, and you're probably going to die in 6 months. I mean, that's a 5, 6, 7, 8-step back period. And yet, out of that came the thinking that led to the Unity movement. One of my heroes in United Way, we used to call them Sheroes, is Rachel Carson. Rachel Carson, that great biologist who played such an important role in the founding of our modern environmental movement. In 1962, she wrote Silent Spring, which really was attacking what we are doing to the land in terms of DDT and pesticides and all that. After that book came out, they threw everything at her. You think the tobacco industry threw, the chemical companies funded a massive campaign to discredit her work. They threatened legal action against her and her publishers. She was attacked as unscientific. She was called un-American. She was attacking American prosperity during the Cold War, weak on communism. And added to that, she also developed breast cancer. So she also went through not only all these external challenges, but also breast cancer. And quite frankly, she died in 1964, 2 years after Silent Spring was published. But in 1963, if we could go to the next slide, CBS Reports, which was an incredible series of shows in those days, did a 2-part series on Rachel Carson, where they found that her science was absolutely valid, that what she was saying was true. It really had a major impact on changing the tide of public opinion, and particularly in Washington in terms of legislation. Quite frankly, this CBS Reports, it was near the era of Edward R. Murrow when he ran CBS. I have some real doubts whether broadcasters would show that same kind of courage today to broadcast what they did. And so, on this Earth Day, I would suggest that we remember and center on location, location, location. Not some physical or geographic location, but that we center on the location of our spiritual consciousness. Is it tending towards despair and victimhood? Or is it centered in a consciousness of grace and grit? Are we acting as keepers of the flame, holding to what we know to be spiritually true? Are we taking part in creative thinking and creative activities that so often emerge during these 4 step back periods? Are we asking Spirit, what is mine to do? And together, are we resoundingly saying, a silent spring? No, not on our watch. Thank you, and God bless. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Reverend Rick. Grace and grit. I love it. And next week, we have Spiritual Gifts, Love in Action by our own Lisa Lawson, and also music by Denise Anya and Soul Light Connection. And now, greeting our newcomers. And if you are watching us online, you can go to slcworld.org and click on the Connect button and fill out the card. And this will let us know that you're watching us and that we can also keep you up on all the happenings at SLC. And for those of you here in person today, in a moment we'll ask you to raise your hand and we'll give you a welcome card to fill out, and you can take it to the welcome table in the courtyard to receive a warm welcome and a special gift. So if you are here for the first time, could you please raise your hand and we'll get something to you. All family members, it looks like today. So you have an opportunity to help support Spiritual Life Center. You can text SLC Love to 44321. Use the QR code, which takes you to the donate button on our website, or go directly to our website and click the donate button. You can also mail in your love offering, and if you're online and want to spread this consciousness, please click, like, comment, share, subscribe. Any of those things will work. So let's bless our offering together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
Whenever my head starts to hurt, before it goes from bad to feeling worse, I turn off my phone, I get down low and put my hands in the dirt. I try to stop the world from moving so fast. I try to get a grip on where I'm at, and I simplify this dizzy life and put my feet in the grass. I'm going back to the earth. I'm going back to the earth. I'm going back to work. I'm going back to the earth. Join us. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The only explanation for a high rise is that everybody wants to get high. Move on up to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Well, the higher we go, the taller we grow. We lose sight of the land below, where you can have your place up in outer space. 'Cause my home is where my food is grown. I'm going back to the earth. I'm going back to the earth. I'm going back to work. I'm going back to the earth. Yes, I'm going back to the earth. Back to the earth. We are animals. We are animals. We are wild. We are wild. Well, it started with the motion ocean, at the bottom of the ocean. Now we're swinging from the tops of the trees. We are animals. We are animals. We are wild. We are wild. And to truly be forgiven, we must all get back to living to the land in harmony. Yes, I'm going back to the earth. I'm going back to the earth. I'm going back to work. I'm going back to the earth. Yes, I'm going back. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. 2 more times around the world. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. One more time, join me.
Back to the earth. Dear Spirit, thank you for all of the prayers in our prayer box and prayers on people's hearts. Help them to know that overcoming power of Spirit, and that we all can move from victimhood to victor, to vessel to verity. Thank you for all the investments that are made into this ministry of time, treasure, and talent. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen. Now we're going to say that wonderful prayer for protection, sing the peace song. There's going to be a wonderful postlude of music. Then please join us out in the courtyard for fellowship. And so let's say that wonderful prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well. And let's sing that wonderful peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, God as creator.